Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 74 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Quirk versus Quirk. Why, thank you, I'm not even going to argue with that, you said with a chuckle as you reached out and took some food with your free hand. Tokoyami too enjoyed some food. Although he hadn't been using his quirk, walking around and playing the part of the supposed mind reader had really helped him work up an appetite. How's everything going in the kitchen? You asked Momo through a mouthful as you shoved food down your throat. Very well, she said with a smile. We have plenty of food supplies left, and I think we should be okay till the end of today. We decided that whatever is left over will be set out for the class to eat after the day is done. Oh, that's very kind of you, he said gratefully. It's been a big day so far. So everyone's going to be tired and hungry again by then. Yeah, that's what we thought too, Momo said. Anyway, I need to make sure everything is still running well out there, and I'll come back and check on you later, she said with a smile, and then turned and smiled at Tokoyami. You've been doing a splendid job, she said to him. Everyone believes it's you reading their minds, she giggled. Tokoyami lowered his head and closed his eyes. As long as it benefits the class, he said humbly. You know, you're welcome to actually have my quirk if you want, you offered cheekily. I'm fine with Dark Shadow, he said. I'd love to have a shadow monster as my quirk. How cool, you commented. Tokoyami looked at you. Well, I guess I've always had Dark Shadow, so I know no different, he commented. You went to reply to that, but then the boys in their waitress dresses walked in and you looked up. Oh, hey there, pretty boys. How's the morning been? You asked. Annoying, Bakugo grumped. You know what, though? All the girls out there have been loving you, Bakugo, you said with a chuckle. The inner thoughts have been insane. What have they been saying about me? Denki asked, sliding over to talk now that you were spilling inner thought secrets. Literally, they've loved all of you, you chuckled. Loved Kiri in his red dress, Bakugo in his purple magenta one, you in your cyan, and Ayama in his yellow. It's been a hit, you added emphatically. What about the girls in their waiter outfits? Kiri asked excitedly. Well, let's just say there are more lesbians in this school than I realised, you chuckled. There are a lot of girls looking at my girl Jirou. Just then, as if summoned, Jirou and the other waiter girls walked in together, still looking slick in their suits. Well, you chuckled with a smirk. I said her name and now she's here, you said, giving Jirou a smile. What happened? Jirou asked as she walked over. We were just talking about the inner thoughts of those in the cafe and what their thoughts were on the outfits and the staff, you said. The boys in their dresses were a hit, and same with you girls in your 8 outfits. I feel so cool in mine, Mina said, striking a pose. I wish I could take mine home, you heard Kiri think, and you smirked to yourself but didn't say anything. Bro was really feeling himself there. Conversation continued, and then Mina brought up some of the funny things that had happened while she was out there waitering, and you listened with a grin as she retold the story of Tokoyami saying some cryptic things while passing one of the more quiet girls on the table. I would make that choice too, Mina said, retelling what Tokoyami had said and that he had sauntered past this girl. The look on her face was hilarious, she laughed. Honestly, everyone thinks it's you with the mind-reading quirk, she said to him. He just nodded. I'm just happy I get to wear this outfit, he thought. You smirked to yourself again. After eating and chatting with everyone, it was time to reset and head back out into the fray, and you slipped into your hiding spot and waited for the cafe to reopen again. It was decided to do the grand entrance for Tokoyami again, through the mist, since he really enjoyed it the first time around, and everyone in the cafe thought it was cool too. Okay, we got customers, you said into the mic when you saw more people walking in, and as soon as the second lot of people were brought in, you called on Dark Lord to show himself. Okay, Dark Lord, do your thing, you said, and you heard the smoke machine whir to life as it started hissing out mist to cover his entry point until he decided to step through it. As you waited, you noticed one of the customers must have been a mother of someone at the school, and she had brought her young daughter with her to enjoy the day. The little girl looked to be about 4 or 5 years old and was just staring straight at you in your hiding spot. Surely she can't see me, you thought, sitting very still just in case she could see movement through the mesh panel. Yes, I can, the girl replied, and you froze. Oh, we've got a problem here, you thought, and she lifted her hand to point in your direction. There's someone in there, she said loudly. I can hear them. Momo, you whispered into the headset. We've got a real problem here. There's a girl with a mind-reading quirk and she's spotted me. Thankfully, everyone's very preoccupied by Tokoyami's entrance, but we might need to have a word with the mum so the girl doesn't blow my cover, you said. Then you switched to talking in your mind to try and ask the girl if she wouldn't mind being quiet about your location. Hey, you said in your mind, I'm doing a special job today and I think we have the same quirk. You can read minds, right? You asked her. She nodded. I can read minds too, but it's funny that I can't read your mind. Are you thinking anything right now? You asked her in your mind. No, she replied out loud, and her mother looked down at her to see who she was talking to. Panicked, you kept talking. Okay, I need you to help me today, okay? You asked her. Because this is my special job, no one can know I'm here, okay? Do you think you can not tell anyone that I'm here? You asked her. But I know you're there, she said out loud, and her mum looked down at her again, her little voice being heard better since it had gone quiet now that Tokoyami had made his entrance into the room and was now walking around the cafe looking cool. Who are you talking to? The mother asked the daughter. The person in there, the girl said, pointing directly to your hiding spot. Momo, mayday, mayday, you hissed into the mic. Lady on table 3 with the little girl, move 'em on quick. Okay, Yin, give me a second, Momo said, obviously trying to help in the kitchen first before attending to you. Get Ida or something, you hissed. What? The mum asked, looking at your hiding spot where her daughter had pointed to you. There's someone in there, I'm talking to them, the little girl said again. Dark Lord, intercept, you hissed into the mic. Mum and girl on table 3, make sure the little girl doesn't come over here, you said. Tokoyami quickly turned and walked over to get between your spot and table 3 and then turned to face off with the mum and girl. I'll show you, the little girl said, getting off her chair and intending to come around and point you out, but Tokoyami was already in the way and raised his scythe and opened his arm so his cloak billowed out. Return, he said strongly to the little girl, but she was determined and went to walk around him. Just then Ida came running in and saw the girl was trying to get around Tokoyami to get to your hiding spot, and then he ran over. But Tokoyami had decided to use Dark Shadow as another distraction, and it worked, his shadow monster coming out right as the girl was trying to get around him, and she froze. Excuse me, ma'am, Ida said quickly to the lady, who had now stood up and was trying to call her daughter back. May I have a word? We need to talk to you and your daughter outside, he said in a hushed voice as possible. The mum stammered, not knowing what to do now that this ominous man was before her daughter with some kind of shadow monster coming out of his middle. Does he have 2 quirks? Someone asked out loud. The cafe had kind of fallen apart at that point, but thankfully Ida managed to get everything back under control and got the mum and daughter to come with him outside, and you breathed a sigh of relief the second they left. Mate, that was very close. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 75, coming tomorrow. See you then!